Hi guys. Ew.
Hi.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Nicole. How are ya? How are you doing? Let me know down below. Today I will be putting y'all on some shows that I think are pretty decent. These shows are Netflix shows, but don't worry, if you don't have Netflix but have Hulu instead, I got some Hulu shows on here too, because we're all equally represented on my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I love you. Before we get into this video, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, because how are you watching my videos? How are you on my channel but you're not subscribed? Make it make sense.
Ciao, anyways.
Subscribe, because I just called you out, so you need to subscribe now. Are we going? So the first Netflix show I'm about to put y'all on is Black Mirror. I bet everyone watches Black Mirror. Like, if you don't, please get with the trends. I actually started watching Black Mirror because of this one meme I saw of this episode, and it related to the quarantine. I was like, hold up, why don't I watch the show?
I want to feel among.
So boom, I got onto Netflix and I started watching Black Mirror, and it's actually pretty cool. It's like high-tech, futuristic type of show, and trust me, you will not get attached to the show or the characters, because like each episode is a different plot, different characters, different storyline. It's like, you know, well, you can even watch the show out of order and you can still get the whole vibe and the gist of the TV show, but like I wouldn't advise that because that's weird. But I mean, do you? Accepting. So since we talking about chaotic shows, the next show is Happy. It's called Happy. I know most of y'all seen it on Netflix and you just scroll past it, but I'm telling you to click that show because you're missing out. You don't know what you're missing out, and I'm about to tell you what you're missing out. Okay, so this show is about a kid, right? Well, not really a kid, but like a kid's dad. I think that's her dad. I think that's her dad, right? So the kid gets kidnapped by Santa Claus, but he's you know, Santa Claus, okay? And then she sends her imaginary friend named Happy, right, to find her dad so her dad can come save her. But then her dad is like a deadbeat ex-cop alcoholic type person. He's a mess. So Happy goes to find her dad, right? And then her dad thinks like he's maybe delusional because he's seen an imaginary friend, right? To try to save the kid. I can't remember her name, but basically the show is about Happy and the guy trying to find his daughter. It's really dysfunctional, and if you love dysfunctional, chaotic, traumatic shows, you're gonna love Happy. And it's funny too if you're into like, you know, stuff like that. It's kind of like if you watch and like Deadpool, like the movie, then you're gonna like Happy. That's my logic to it. So the next show on this list is Lucifer. If you have Netflix and you haven't watched Lucifer, do you even have Netflix? Do you even Netflix, bro? Do you even Netflix if you haven't watched Lucifer? Lucifer is Lucifer from hell, and then he took a break from, you know, tormenting souls. And then one thing led to another. He found this detective, and then he became a consultant, and then you know how the story goes. He falls in love with the detective, kind of turned into a good type of person. His brother comes down, you need to go back to hell because dad said blah blah, you know, that type of show. And then he don't want to go back to hell. He likes it down on earth, and you know the vibes, you know the gist. And then these characters are just gonna,
We're gonna miss you. Whoa!
you need to check the show out if you haven't already. I highly recommend, 100% recommend the show. So next on this list is Black Lightning. And I feel like Black Lightning is the only black superhero in the DC like cinematic universe, if I'm not mistaken, with his own TV show. And I'm not really big on DC, but like Black Lightning is a good show to watch. It touches on like racism and like colorism and stuff like that, but like in their own like world, and like try to like make it go with whatever is happening in their world. And it's really nice. His kids have superpowers too. If you
Spoiler.
His kids have superpowers, so that means he's a family man, so he has to balance like having like these powers and these obligations as a superhero with his family. And then he's also a principal of a school, and it's just like you know. So you should check it out if you haven't checked out Black. Also, the theme song go hard too. The next Netflix show is Dead to Me. You know, now that I think about it, right, this show is probably the most chaotic show on my list. This show was about a woman, right, and her kids. She has 2 kids, 2 boys. Her husband was recently killed. Like, he was jogging, like, you know how you jog, and then boom, a car, you know, like killed him, knocked him out of the road and stuff, and you know, killed him. Obviously she was sad and depressed about it, because like that's your husband, you know, the father of your kid. And then she went to like a AA meeting, but like for grief, like a grief, but it's not anonymous, is it? A grief group, right? And then this other lady, right, meets her and tries to like chat with her. She tries to be friends with her, right? But then the lady that her husband had just died, she wasn't having it. Like, she had just lost her husband. She's not trying to talk to nobody, right? But like this other lady is more like persistent, you know?
You know what I mean?
Right? And then eventually they become friends. Eventually she moves into her house. The lady, oh my god. You know what? Let's give them names, right? I can't remember their names, to be honest with you.
Let's call it chips and fries, right?
Like fries. But okay. So basically, right, the lady that had just lost her husband, the widow, there we go, widower. She had just lost her husband, right? And the other lady's trying to be friends with her, but she's not having that. But the lady eventually becomes friends with the widow person, right? And then the lady who's friends with the widower moves into her house. Get this. I'm not gonna spoil it like too bad for y'all, because I really want y'all to watch this, because this is life-changing. But get this. The person that's trying to be friends with the morning lady, right? She knows who killed her husband. And she's trying to be friends with her. Like, if that isn't chaotic?
Come on, so they say you backstab me?
It's like, what the hell? I guess she did that to like, I don't know, maybe because she felt bad, because she knew. I don't want to like spoil it too bad for y'all, so y'all can still like watch it and follow along. But like, I spent way too long talking about this whole show, because that's how good the show is. So check it out, please. Thank you. So the next show is called Working Moms, and it's basically about, I think it's set in Canada or something. So the show is basically about a couple moms, a couple like new moms, because they have like babies and stuff. And then some of them are like new moms, and they try to like balance like work, family, and like personal life with having a baby. So it's kind of like chaotic also. I have said this word way too many times, but these shows are chaotic, and that is just like
the best thing,
because it makes it more like realistic to me. So you should check the show out if you like stuff like that, because the moms are a hot mess. So many things go down in the span of 5 episodes, and that is the first 5 episodes, so you should check it out. The next show is called Good Girls, and it's probably my favorite show on Netflix, and it's on Hulu too, but like I'd be watching on Hulu instead, because Hulu is like more ahead, because you know Netflix be taking their time, and I'm not with that. So basically this show is about 3 suburban moms, and they are kind of struggling a little bit, and they need the extra cash for their family, so they rob a grocery store. Boom. That's like the place where one of the moms work at, right? And they feel like, okay, they robbed it, they made it, they can pay their bills, they can get a new car and all that fun stuff, right? But get this, wait. The money in that grocery store vault doesn't belong to the grocery store. It actually belongs to like some gangbanger type person, and he comes looking for his money, but he can't find his money. But then he finds the girls, and that's all I'm gonna say. He finds the girls, and that's all I'm gonna say. Check it out for more. Okay, the next show I'm about to put on is animation. If you don't like animation, just like skip ahead. But it's called Trailer Park Boys, and I feel like there's a movie or something, or like a series on Netflix that isn't animated, but I watched the animated one because it's like better. So they cuss a lot in the series, and if you don't mind that at all, then go ahead, power to you.
Mamas.
And basically it's just one of them shows where they talk to the camera like it's a whole like interview, like it's a documentary, right? But it's not, and that's fun to watch. So this is a Canadian show, right, about some guys, they're grown men, in a trailer park. That's where they live. They live at a like imaginary, like fake town, Sunnyvale trailer park. They're like really struggling, and it's just like chaotic, and they're messy, and they can be gross at times. I mean, one of them has like a lot of cats, and it's just like his name is Bubbles. Look out for him. He has a lot of cats, and some of them are ex-convicts, and they do stuff in like each episode that gets them arrested or gets like an involvement in the cops, and just like, but yeah, like I said, if you're into chaos but like in a cartoon animation form, you should definitely check it out. My last show on my Netflix section is Family Reunion, right? And this is a lighthearted type comedy type sitcoms. I think it's a sitcom because like sitcoms are the ones where they like laugh in the background, right? It's so funny. It's about a family, and they moved from like the city life. The dad's a basketball player or something. He plays some type of sport, so they rich, right? So they moved from like the city back to like the country to meet the dad's grandparents, right? And then so they're just like adjusting back to that slow-paced lifestyle, and yeah, it's kind of funny. You should check it out. So we're now in the Hulu section. Now, for the record, y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, I only watch cartoons and animated comedy type shows on Hulu. Don't be mad at me. But the first one is
Forget about it.
And let me tell y'all, it's one of them shows, right, where there's like a family that's weird as hell, and they just do like weird stuff each episode. It's one of them shows like Family Guy, or like, what's the other one? American Dad, right? American Dad, right? That's the other one. But you know how those shows have like little spins on them? How, I don't know about Family Guy. What's the spin on Family Guy?
Nothing.
But American Dad, the dad, he works in CIA, right? In the CIA, that's a little spin. But this show, forget about it. They're Italian and they're from New York, right? But the dad, he's in a gang, like he's like one of them Italian mobster type stuff, right? And then he did something to get like a bounty on his family's head, so he had to go into witness protection. And then they moved to Canada. They moved to a tiny town in Canada, and they had to like change their names and assimilate to the slow-paced Canadian lifestyle, and it's good. It's nice. Grade A comedy. The next show, the next animated show on this list is
Brickleberry.
So So Brickleberry is the same like scheme about like a group of people or like a family animated doing weird stuff every day, except this one has a spin
On it.
It's a show about park rangers in a park called Brickleberry, of course, and their competition is get this Yellowstone park, and they're park rangers who do stuff in the park, and in my opinion they're like not qualified at all to be in the park and to range the park. They just do stuff like burn the park down in one episode, or like host a contest the other episode, maybe kill all the animals another episode, you know, just fun stuff, you know, fun stuff. And also their boss Woody did something questionable on the show. I'm not gonna speak on it. Moving on, the last show on my list is Duncanville. So Duncanville is kind of like a light-hearted type, not as intense as the other animated TVs that I've mentioned on here. It's more like PG, more family friendly. It could be a Nickelodeon. Wait, no, it cannot be a Nickelodeon because some jokes they be saying, I don't know too much about them jokes. So maybe Cartoon Network. So like I said, super lighthearted, revolves around this kid's life. His name is Duncan. I mean, his family is in it sometimes, but like it's mostly about Duncan because he's the main character. And yeah, that's all for today's video, you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. I can. Make sure you leave a like down below and comment down a show you want to recommend to me or something, or like a show you already watched that's on my list, so we can, you know, chit chat or something. And don't forget to subscribe. You know, I already said that early on in this video, like subscribe. But bye guys, see you next week.